Hi, Ed Ciarimboli of Fellerman Ciarimboli. Today we're talking about how do you hire a driver? And when I say hire a driver, I mean a safe, qualified driver. And there really are very specific steps that all flow from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. You have an application for employment, and that application is going to have specific things on it. It's going to require a history of employment within the trucking industry. You're going to have a driving history. You're going to have inquiries to previous employers. So on that application, it's going to identify previous employers in the trucking industry. You got to make sure that whoever is doing the hiring at your company is reaching out to them to find out whether that particular person was a good driver, a bad driver, or if they got fired for something that is quote unquote a disqualifying offense. You really want to make sure that you're doing that. That's a really important part of the hiring process. You got to get your drug test results, all right? Your alcohol and drug test results. That is paramount. You cannot put an individual behind the wheel of a tractor trailer until you know that that particular person has passed those drug test results. And then finally, you have to have a medical card. And you have to show that that person has the ability from a medical perspective to be able to safely operate a tractor trailer. Now, we know that the medical card, a lot of chiropractors are certifying drivers, and that's fine. There's a lot of great chiropractors out there, but also take one step more and make sure that you are following up with your drivers from a medical perspective regarding their health, regarding their weight, regarding their stress levels, because all of those things can dramatically affect the ability to safely drive a tractor trailer. If you follow these very simple steps that are outlined in the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, you have a safe, qualified driver. Does that mean that no crash is ever going to happen? No. But in the event that there is a lawsuit, you can at least point to this process and that you followed this process and hopefully have somebody that, look, this was a crash, right? And it wasn't a crash that was as a result of hiring somebody who should have never been behind the wheel in the first place. If you have any questions, you can reach me at ejc@fclawpc.com or 570-718-1444. Thank you.